Hello there people, welcome back to another video, and today we'll be doing a special collab video with my friend. His YouTube channel link is down below. My friend will be playing as Rome and I'll be playing as the Byzantines. Now of course I did have to make it fair because Rome had a lot of dev and a lot of manpower compared to me, so I had to make everything Greece culture to balance out the manpower, because when you change culture to your culture, it gives you a bit more manpower. I had to make everything Greece so I can get the same manpower paired to Rome. Then I sorted out my trade. I made everything Greece, but that still did not apply me to Rome's manpower. I had to give some land away from Rome, so it'll be even for the 1v1. I thought releasing England would be just enough to put me on the balance between Rome, but that didn't work, so I had to release Switzerland. And soon we was just on the same manpower. Once it was even, we started to low max. The year when we'd start the war would be 1530. For this 1v1, we wasn't allowed to get colonies, but Rome really wanted the Caribbean. Plus it looked pretty cool and it didn't really affect the manpower. I let him have it. Plus,
you gotta admit this is cool!
I did pre-build a navy. I said you could pre-build armies and navies, so my navy would be a bit large, but Rome was spying on me with their small ship, and sadly I didn't get his reaction, but it went something like this.
Good lord, what is happening in there?
When he did find out, I think I had around 80, but I tripled it because at this point, I wanted to try to get ahead of Rome with the navy. And because he spied on me, I spied on him. After he was trying to hide his navy from me, I followed where it was going and find out he was making a navy, a larger navy. But after making claims on Rome with my editor, soon I would start the war.
Okay, let's run.
My main plan? Put all of my soldiers into one clump and just push the enemy. My push was successful and I was able to go all the way up to Venice. I didn't realize Rome would push a bit quickly, so sadly my weaker troops got attacked. The only safe option was to retreat those troops, and Rome was able to successfully beat my navy. But the ground I'll be holding was Venice. With the fort buff, I was able to successfully defeat the Roman troops. I was so close to Rome, it was just on the tip of my finger for me to grab. But Rome was able to bring back up quickly, around 100k, so I had to put my forces back on the fort again. But while I was getting more troops, the Romans decided to naval blockade my Istanbul from Turkey. Even though I failed last time, this attack was successful.
Yes!
But then I lost my navy again.
No! I
tried to do a larger assault like last time on the Romans, but this time it didn't work out.
Oh no! No!
That didn't work, so I decided to go for another option. To land invade Rome. Now it was very risky with the naval stuff, but he didn't see me nor expected it, so I was able to sneakily get to Naples.
I didn't see that coming. Probably because I had my back turned.
It was mostly for a distraction, or if it did work, I might as well try it out, but it was mostly a distraction. He did have enough manpower to kick me out of Italy, so I decided to click the retreat button so I didn't waste any more of my troops' lives because I needed the manpower. We did a bunch of suicide charge, but it didn't work. I should have done this at the beginning, but I put up my army policies. It helps you get more recruits. I also wanted to make a bigger navy. My plan this time was to rush Rome, basically using my navy to distract the Roman navy from trying to attack my troops on the sea. And I'm glad I made a bigger navy because Rome was also making a bigger navy too. It was now weather, so I launched my invasion of Rome. My navy was successful, pushing back the Roman navy. Soon I landed in Rome. I was doing pretty good conquering Rome. I was able to wipe out 2 armies of Rome. But sadly, Rome came back with a bigger army. I retreated my troops back, and formed a bigger army so I can push them out because they were slowly pushing in. I tried to surprise them, but sadly it failed. Sadly, I was able to throw my soldiers because around that point it was too late and it was already going to one of my islands. But I had an idea. Rome was too busy pushing in my country to really notice me, and I don't think they did. So I had an idea. What if I surprise landed Rome? I made a decoy army, purposely letting my troops die in some areas just to distract him. Rome thought he had the upper hand, until when he looked back, it was too late. You should have naval blockaded me. I successfully did it. I captured Rome. When I did, Rome pushed full on into my capital. But I was not worried about my capital. Instead, I put all of my forces back into Rome. That was the main war goal, because I knew Rome would turn back soon after capturing my capital. Soon, Rome pushed in. I did put some backup troops into Rome, but if that wasn't enough, I brought more troops into Rome on the way. Until now, my troops had to defend themselves at Rome. Soon my reinforcements arrived to Rome just on time before Rome was able to push me out.
We did it!
Of course, Rome was going to push in again, so I brought more backup troops. I left my troops into the ocean, so when I bring them into Rome, he doesn't expect how many troops I really going to bring in. When he did attack, he didn't realize how many troops I actually had. Luckily, this plan worked. It looked like I would be able to win this. Soon Naples was in my hand. But soon it was the beginning of the end when my navy was defeated at the Battle of Sia. I thought I didn't need a navy. I thought I would be able to win this. I regret that moment even to today. I thought the fort would be easily able to help me out, but this time it would not help me. And soon, my grip on Rome fooled. Rome already stationed troops deep into the Byzantine Empire, and he had a strong naval blockade. I was already bringing out heavy force loans, so I would not go bankrupt. If there was only a way to reach the Roman army. If I had some sort of second passage to the Balkans, which I had but I completely forgot about. I mostly added this large chunk of land to prepare myself to the Roman manpower, but I realized I had an advantage, realizing I could never be officially naval blockaded. Yeah, sure, he could naval blockade me in an easier way, I could transport my troops, but I could always take the long journey. Even though I was losing a decent chunk of my army, I still could recruit people when I got there. And soon I made my surprise attack on the Romans. My attack was successful, pushing the Roman forces back. I knew they would come back, so I had an idea. I'll use the shadow fog as an advantage. If you don't know what it is, all of the dark areas which you can't see, that's what it is. So I used that to my advantage. You could only see allies tiles or puppet state tiles, or when you occupy the tiles so you can see the other tiles. My surprise attack worked. From now on, this was basically Vietnam, using the fog to my heavily advantage. It was basically a pattern. Rome would push in, I would secretly make more soldiers, and push them out again with a surprise launch attack. After a while, Rome was not pushing in.
It's quiet in here. It's too quiet.
But like in a jump scare in a horror movie, they surprised me. When I saw the glimpses of the army, I had to stray out of there. Luckily I did, because this army was large. This army was way too large for me. I had to try to mobilize a bigger army for this. I did make a larger army, but sadly I wasn't able to get them. And I did not want to risk the tactics he learned against me. I had to retreat my troops back to my capital. I needed a victory so I'll be able to push him back out of the Byzantines. So what if I brought my second troop in Ukraine in the Roman troops in Moldova? Even though my army would be destroyed, my army lasted long enough to defeat the army right next to my capital. Soon Rome pushed on to Budapest. I could not let Rome take Budapest because it was a vital city. I knew I had enough manpower and mercenaries to defeat him, so before he could retreat, I gotten more recruits. If he tries to run, I would slam my troops into him. Even though they would lose, it would slow down his process of retreating, letting me catch him with my full army, and luckily, it worked. Rome did try to take Pest later on down the line, but I was able to attack him back. But soon Rome was focused on a new tactic of land invasion, basically D-Day style. I was able to kick out the Roman troops out of Greece with a few setbacks, but they was in Turkey. But I had a backup plan. I knew this would happen eventually, so I saved my manpower and used most of my manpower only when I really have to, around halfway through the war. And with Rome not expecting a thing, I was able to kick out all of their troops from Turkey. But I didn't realize at the time he was also invading the Egyptian part of my empire, so I thought I could easily beat him. I was sadly wrong. It was looking bad so far, until I realized he stretched out a lot of his soldiers in my Turkish and Egyptian territories. I mean, he would have to focus at two things at once, so I decided to go full on into Italy now. I thought the time was right. I went full on in, expecting a much larger army. But the army I did see was pretty easy to attack. I mean, I was already in Italy at this point, so I might as well charge full on in. My attack on Rome was pretty successful with no other army pushing in, realizing he already stretched his manpower in Egypt and Turkey. Soon, I had Rome once again. If I had a nickel every time I captured Rome, I would have 2 nickels, which ain't a lot, but it would happen twice. Soon, Rome bankrupted. Yes! Yes! Even though it looked like I was about to win, sadly, I took a forced loan, without me realizing that was my last loan, and soon I went bankrupt. Oh. And just like that, I lost the war, with Rome getting a much better manpower ratio, and because they regained Rome, easily defeated me. I was basically dragging on the war, knowing I couldn't win, but I could still get some damages here and there on the Roman towns. But I knew I lost the war. Plus I had to go for my dinner, so I decided to surrender. I will be ending the video off here. If you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe, hit notification bell. If you'd like to join our Discord server, join us on our game nights, links down below. And don't forget to check out my friend's YouTube channel, link down below also. I'll see all of you people later. Have a nice one. See ya. Goodbye.